Serious, what are your guys' opinions on people having to hit rock bottom in order to change? You know how when someone is looking for a lost item, and when they find it they say, why is it always the last place that I look? I always think to myself, well, why would you carry on looking for something you've already found? Obviously it's the last place you look, because no one continues to look for something they've found. I think this is the same concept. People don't need to hit rock bottom to change, however they often refer to the moment they decided to change as their rock bottom. They didn't get any lower, because they made the choice to change. So naturally they make positive progress through their decisions. But they often could have reached a much darker place and avoided that by making the change. They see that point of needing to change as their rock bottom, and so people often say they changed after reaching rock bottom. But really, it's a phrase equal to it's always in the last place I look. There's no such thing as rock bottom. Shit can always get worse. It's just a question of when someone's had enough, and some folks are stubborn. After knowing I needed to change, I still had to hit rock bottom multiple times before I was willing to truly want to change. I think it's rather unnecessary, but sometimes that's what it takes for someone to get their shit together. It's very sink or swim. If you hit rock bottom, you'll find a trapdoor to the basement. In there are shovels. This can go as deep as you want. It can lead to change, it doesn't have to. Also depends what rock bottom is to you. 1. Serious change requires serious effort. This is non-negotiable. 2. Living organisms strive to conserve as much energy as possible. 3. The human mind runs on narratives to make decisions for the future. It will keep choosing the easy, energy-conserving route, assuming things will be fine until the status quo becomes an immediate threat to survival. This applies to a depressed person living off their friend's couch, and to countries responding to threats and disasters. Not universally, of course, but on average, humans need a serious kick in the butt to be made to readapt. People need motivation to change, some people need more than others. It took my dad dying at 24 for me to get my life in order and do something with my potential. Some people can change with less motivation than others, but I think to inspire major change requires major motivation for most people, and rock bottom can be that major motivation. I'm living proof of it. I was facing 9 months for a drop of alcohol weather in my system, my hand, even around someone drinking for a year while on probation. I had to put an interlock on my car for almost 3 years. I just passed my 5-year sobriety milestone NOF 2024. Never going back. Now I'm a health freak who works out a lot, runs, saunas, etc. Actually closing in on finishing my 24-hour fast as I type this lol. I firmly believe some people need to hit rock bottom to get the fucking hint, and I was one of those. At the end of the day, when I tell anyone my journey, and I always end with this, the legal ass kicking I got was the best thing that ever happened to me. I'd probably be dead or in prison RN if I didn't decide to get my shit together. In some cases, or in some people, hitting rock bottom is what is needed. We are good at lying to ourselves, be stubborn or stuck in a loop. That's how most of humanity works. It's a rare trait that someone can change up their whole pattern without some major event or outer influence affecting them. It took me hitting rock bottom to see just how bad my life was spiraling out of control. But I was hit with a lifetime's worth of problems in a short time. A shock to the system is necessary for some to even realize that they have to change. I quit drinking after an especially embarrassing incident led to a friend giving me some harsh truths about myself. The definition of rock bottom is pretty difficult to define. As someone who felt they were at rock bottom, stepping back I realize it could have easily much worse. Was I at rock bottom? Probably not. Was I at the lowest point of my life? Yeah. Well, it happened to me and it changed me to the better. There is almost always farther to fall. The funny thing about rock bottom is how many people are willing to break out a pickaxe and shovel to dig down a bit more before they really grasp what they should be doing. I'd say the statement is true, though what rock bottom is differs from person to person. For some it's being left by the partner, and for some it's no house, no family, no money, drugs, near-death experience. I think that being fed up or really hurt can bring on big realizations, which can certainly motivate someone to change their behavior or way of thinking. People who are in denial or the avoidant passive types might need a stronger push. However, some people are able to motivate themselves internally without pain or suffering. I've heard this phrase used most with addicts, which I think it's partly true, but what that rock bottom actually looks like might be very different for each person. And even that rock bottom may not be enough. Even people that hit rock bottom disagree on what that looks like. Sometimes it is needed. Not for all people, no, it's always better when they can avoid it. But there are some people that just need to get hit with the punch from life right in the face. Rock bottom can also get even worse. Some guys take shovels and others use excavators to make the hole even deeper. For me, yes, I needed that to see that I was wrong. It is the way it is, I won't lie about this. I needed to see the consequences of my own actions to change. I'm still no saint, but I'm not the same guy anymore that I was when I was young in the 80s and 90s.